So my mom and God were talking one day, and they decided 10 days to get the garden in. And then she told me about it and started laughing at me when I said, that's a lot of work, 10 days to get the garden in. But you know what? They might be right. I might actually get the garden in. Maybe not in, but I might get all the prep work done. You want to go see what I've been working on? Be right back. Hey, look at that. I have to mow the lawn again. But not right now. We got, what is that, hairy vetch? A little bit of hairy vetch. I have no idea where it came from. I didn't plant any hairy vetch close to here. Back there, maybe, yeah. Here's what we've been working on. We got most all of her, let's see, we probably got a breeze sound from the wind that way. Hold on, I'll be right back. Well, we'll see if we can do this with the wind or not. So at current, my water line runs up and comes across over here. And what I'm doing and how I'm changing stuff up a little bit is it'll junction right here. I'll put a T in so it'll feed back into itself. And then we continue on here and I'll run a T going over that way to the main garden. And then our main feed lines, or our supply line, our water supply line. So what happens is it comes out the house, comes up the side, comes up the fence, wraps across here, tees and junctions into itself, and comes clear up the side of the garden here, and then wraps back around and back into itself. So hopefully that'll help me keep my pressure up. And then we put in another T here. We come across to the main garden. I'm going to put in another T here to run a line over to the someday chicken coop. And then we come down, the line comes that far, so I can either put the timer here at the corner or kind of down in the center of the garden for running the dual timer set up on the main garden. I've got a dual timer, wind's probably terrible, that I'm going to set up somewhere over here that'll run these two, and then I'm going to get another dual timer and run those two. So I'll have a 2-zone timer on the main garden, a 2-zone timer running these 2 zones, and a 2-zone timer running those 2 zones. And that should cover it really nicely. It's going to cost me some more money, but I've got to buy some of these tees or that sort of thing. And yeah, I've got to find out if I have enough usable, what is it, it's a 1/2 inch to run my, what would that be? That would be my branch, or my branch irrigation, I don't know. But I want my main water supply line is 3/4 inch. I want my supply lines to my drip lines to be 1/2 inch, so I'll pick up a little bit of pressure because they're running some long drip. But so I've got to find out if I have enough usable 1/2 inch supply line left that I can run. And Yeah. So I'll probably put a timer, you know, in here somewhere, and run one that way, run one that way, and we'll just trunk off of it right here close. So I'm gonna have to buy me a bunch of tees. Probably 5, 6. Probably get like 8 of them. I'd like to get the ones that have the on-off valves to them. That would be nice. But we've got it all lined out, you know, like elderberries or raspberries, that sort of thing right there on those 2 lines. And then these front lines are, I'm figuring strawberries, you know, do a strawberry patch along the front. So we'll have like elderberries and then say raspberries and blueberries, and then strawberries up front. Oh, and what I was talking about wanting to put at the end down there is rhubarb. I want to put maybe 2 different types of rhubarb or something down there so that it can just sit and grow. And then here I've got it lined out for bush beans, 4 rows of bush beans and 2 rows of potatoes. So that's what I'm going to do there. I don't want to turn you towards the wind right now. It's really blowing. Should get my kite out. Now I've got my cucumber cage all in, set up and ready. I ran my drip tape along the line. I figure because I'm going to trim everything with garden cloth, I can plant inside and outside. So I could have like cucumber here and cucumber there, you know, do that sort of thing potentially. Kind of max density planting with elbow room. But I think that'll work really nice. I gotta get me some more of the little spikes. If anyone comes by and, you know, and like metal detects or whatever, I think they're aluminum, I don't know. But metal detects the ground right here. The metal detector's gonna go nuts. But I'm gonna put my bell peppers and sweet peppers, and then I want to do a hot pepper or 2, and then I want to do say maybe a hot pepper and oh, I like the little sweet ones. Do a orange and a yellow, and then 2 greens, and a hot pepper and a little sweet eaten pepper. That would be good. And then these we've got set up for our tomatoes. After I got it all in, I wondered if it might have been better to do them east-west instead. But most of our wind comes from like right here, so a lot of it'll get blown into it. And so I'll do tomatoes on this western side of each of the panels, and do that way. I've got it figured and set so that the termination of our water line ends out here, so I'll put a valve on that, and that way I can run a hose over there easier. But we've got the other timer will end up out here somewhere. And then over here I've got it lined out. I'll do trip over the chicken wire. I'm gonna do white onions. I like Walla Walla sweets. They don't really hold up too well over the winter, but white onions and red onions, and then I'll do 2 rows of beets, and then these here will be my corn patch. And what I'll do is I'll plant these 4 lines on this end, and then come back about 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, about 2 weeks later, and plant a second planting. And then down here on the end, we've got, that's where that chicken wire is going to go. It'll go along here, and I can do a row of peas here in my nice shaded area. And then I'll do like a row of broccoli, and then some cabbage, maybe some more cabbage. I like making sauerkraut. I like fried cabbage too. I like red cabbages, and yeah, maybe I'll do a row of red. Last year I did a row of red cabbage. No, year before I did a half a row of red cabbage and a half a row of white cabbage. But yeah, so I'll do my shade crops down here. If anything, it gives me an extra. Ooh, I can do a row of carrots. I was forgetting about carrots. I completely forgot about carrots. Well, maybe carrots can go down here. Or I could put a row of beets down there and a row of carrots up here, something like that. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. When I ain't spring beekeeping, I'm spring gardening now that I've got a spot where it dries out fast enough. As you can see, we're still pretty wet. Yeah, kind of got it all figured out and refigured out, and then figured again. These here I'm going to take and cut in half. My garden that was over there, I used them to grow my tomatoes in, and it worked pretty nice actually. But what I'm going to do here, I'm going to cut them in half so they're, about so tall, and then that's what I'm going to use for, so I'll have like 5 of them here and 5 of them down there, and I'm going to use them for, I don't know what I'll use them for. But what was nice is it kept the leaves and branches and stuff up off the ground. So if I cut them in half and then fill the dirt to about there, then whatever I plant, it'll keep some air movement underneath their leaves and stuff. And I'm hoping if I keep up a little bit of air movement, it'll help me with my cucumber beetles. Let's see if I can walk over here. The reason I did cucumber cages last year was a friend of mine does max density gardening, and his cage was like packed with it. But what I noticed when I caged them last year and they were able to grow up, I seem to have less, man, that wind's really strong. I seem to have less problems with the cucumber beetles on them, and I'm guessing that it had a lot to do with our wind movement or wind flow, airflow, and that airflow through the branches and the leaves, or the vines and the leaves, helped with the cucumber beetle situation. So I'm going to try and do that kind of concept and stuff. It's like these here, I take my tomato cages and I'll plant my peppers in them so that not these ones, I had some that I cut down so that it was just the top runs, but I would so that it would support the branches, because we get a lot of wind. So I've got to have a little cage around them. Maybe I'll get me some more chicken wire and build little cages. I was thinking that was just an astronomical amount of work to get done in 10 days. But kind of looking like it might be close to 10 days. My 10-day garden prep, because my mother and God were talking. I told her, how about 2 weeks. That would be nice. Well, looks like it's time to go to school. The school bus is coming. Yeah, the 10-day garden setup. Most of it was in last year, and it's just repurposing stuff. But yeah, rhubarb. That's the word. Blessed days. Bye.